Hello, hello, happy Thursday. So, as you can tell, I'm have a recorded message today. I'm not on live. I am just getting back from spring break. So, I wanted to make sure that I had this recorded and ready for you in case things happen because sometimes things happen. Um, so today I just kind of wanted to give you something short and sweet to kind of ponder, especially if you are also, on spring break and, you're, busy, you just need something short, something that you want to um, quickly go through, not a 20-minute video. So let's get to it. So the past couple of weeks, I've talked about things like celebrating yourself, but then also, perfectionism tendencies and helping to kind of, become a recovering perfectionist. So you might kind of think, Michelle, you're crazy. You're kind of going back and forth on topics here. But you know what? That is life, right? And that shift in life is just so beautiful. Um, so just kind of the idea of the the more positive things and the more negative things. So I just kind of want to talk to you about, one of my mentors talks about the 50-50 of life. Brooke Castillo, it's like the 50%, the idea of 50% positive and 50% negative. That life has both. And they're kind of looking at the reality of life, the idea that without both sides, you kind of want to have a way to kind of compare and enjoy the difference, right? So it's kind of without the negative, the positive wouldn't be so good, and without the positive, you wouldn't really feel as deeply about the negative. So it's that contrast in life that actually makes life so wonderful. Because if everything was always good, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it was always good because it was always good. And kind of just looking at this, the interesting perspective of, especially here in America, of the American idea of the pursuit of happiness, right? So, just that idea that we, have this life in which we are pursuing happiness. And we kind of believe that that pursuit kind of, ends that, where we're going with that pursuit is, to like a certain amount of wealth or fame or prestige or a certain level in a company. It's like that would be the best, the happiest I could be, right? Um, and we don't really want that dream to end. We want to have that hope because it can give us hope. It can give us a motivation to keep going towards something with the idea that when we get there, we'll be happy. And we don't want that to end, but again and again, we see people that have gotten to those points, that have achieved those things, right? Celebrities, wealthy people, famous people that then hit a breaking point because they get there. And, obviously, I don't know what they are thinking, but, they realize when they get there that life is still life, that constant happiness doesn't exist. And sometimes for some people, that results in them deciding that they don't want to continue with life. So I mean, just kind of the idea, the understanding of that 50-50 kind of helps us to see that, like even considering Brooke, right, making millions of dollars, that dream, that wealth, that fame, it doesn't ever give you that 100% happiness. That is not something that exists because life always has that comparison, that up and down, that negative and positive, that pain and joy. That pursuit of happiness is not an end point. It's a journey. It's part of life to decide, ooh, what do I think will give me joy? and that journey and that challenge to get to the point of having the joy of that accomplishment. Not necessarily that when you get there, that you will then be constantly happy, because that's not how life works, right? We kind of have that 50-50. So when you're able to kind of tell yourself that both will be there in life, that there are going to be negatives and positives in life. To me, when I first kind of got that, I just kind of relaxed. It kind of removes the pressure, that pressure of needing to be or get to or have something. Um, and then also when you get there, that's always going to make you, completely happy, and that nothing else goes wrong then, because it doesn't happen. You know, even people like Tony Robbins, right, are always, having that negative. I'm trying to think. He says something about you know, money, having wealth, it allows you to pay for problems, but then you just get bigger problems or larger problems, right? So that's kind of, the understanding that, life is 50-50. So what do you think about the idea of that 50-50 life? What do you see, um, where do you see it in your life? Does it free you, or does it hinder you to think about life as 50-50, you know? Or, I think even Brooke and talking to people like, oh, mine's an 80-20, or mine's a 40-60, whatever way you want to categorize your life in terms of the negative and the positive, just the understanding that you're going to have negative and positive. So is it a thought that you're going to have both negative and positive in life? Is it something that you want to keep? So what I'd like you to do is journal about this 50-50 life, or whatever percentage you want, the idea that life is negative and positive. So journal about it this week. See if you kind of gain any insights into whether or not the idea of that, the thought of that, serves you and your life, right? If it does, great, keep it. Consider thinking about, the 50-50 life when something negative comes, and understanding that, oh yeah, the negative comes in, and then positive happens too. So, we work through that, the solution for the negative, and then we more easily and more graciously enjoy the positive because we've had that negative. Or is it something where it makes you anxious, to think of 50-50, to anticipate negative coming in? um, does it serve you to think about a 50-50 life, or a life that contains both positive and negative? And do you want to keep the thought, or do you want to discard it and choose a different thought? So, because that's what we can do. We can choose whatever thoughts we want to think. Sometimes it's just practicing them. So I hope that this is helpful for you today, that you are, if you're on spring break, that you're enjoying spring break. And I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. See you next week. Bye.